Hi kids, how are you all? I hope you all must be fine, right? So today we are going to read for class 6 Science Olympiad. And in class 6 Science Olympiad, what thing we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss the level 2 previous year question paper of SOF NSO. Okay, so are you all ready for it? Yes, so let's get started. Our first question, the given figure shows a zinc bar placed near a strong magnet. Four compasses P, Q, R and S are arranged nearby the magnet and the zinc bar axle. Which one of the compasses does point to the wrong direction? Option A P, B, Q, C, R, D, S. So as per the question, there is a zinc bar placed near a strong magnet and four compasses are there P, Q, R and S. Okay. And we have to find out which of the compasses does point to the wrong direction. So it is a zinc bar. So as it is zinc bar, it does not have magnetic property. Okay, it will not be attracted by magnet. So here in the magnet, it is the north pole, it is the south pole, and compass it points towards the north pole. So P, it is pointing towards this, so this is correct. S is pointing towards this direction, north, so it is also correct. Q is deflected towards north, but R is deflected in opposite direction, right? That's why R is pointing wrong direction. So correct answer is option C, that is R. Coming to the next question, which of the following statements are true? Bit 1, a shadow is formed on the same side of the object as the source of light. Bit 2, the image formed by a pinhole camera is always erect. Bit 3, we see stars because they reflect light from the sun. Bit 4, the shadow of a pole is longest in the evening and shortest at the noon. Bit 5, mirrors are good reflectors of light. So options are A, bit 1, 2 and 3 only, B, 1, 2 and 4 only, C, 4 and 5 only, D, 1, 2, 3 and 5 only. So we have to find out which of the following statements are true. So here the first thing is, a shadow is formed on the same side of the object as the source of light. This is wrong. It is not formed in the same side. It is formed in the opposite side. Okay. Next one is, the image formed by a pinhole camera is always erect. No, it is not always erect. It is, we can say, upside down. Okay. Then we see stars, that is inverted. We see stars because they reflect light from the sun. No, stars do have their own light. The shadow of a pole is longest in the evening and shortest at the noon. Yes, this one is correct. Mirrors are good reflector of light. This one is also correct. So here 4 and 5 only are correct. So correct answer is option C. Got it? Coming to the next question. The given circuit shows an electric cell connected to a bulb through conducting wires. Identify the direction of current flow in the circuit. Option A, PQRS, B, SRQP, C, PQSR, D, QPRS. So here the given circuit shows an electric cell connected to a bulb through the conducting wires. So we have to identify the direction of current flow in the circuit. Okay. So in the circuit, that is from this side, okay, from this side direction current flows. Okay. So that is SRQP. SRQP, which is present in option B. Coming to the next question. A pendulum takes 0.8 seconds to swing from the extreme points A to B. What will be the time taken for the pendulum to make 15 oscillations? Option A, 12 seconds, B, 24 seconds, C, 36 seconds, D, 48 seconds. So here a pendulum takes 0.8 seconds to swing from extreme points A to B, and we have to find out what will be the time taken for the pendulum to make 15 oscillations. So one oscillation means it will move from A to B, then from B to A. So pendulum takes 0.8 second to swing from A to B. So for complete oscillation, okay, for complete oscillation, what time it will take? From A to B, it will be 0.8 second, and from B to A, it is another 0.8 second. So it will be total 1.6 second. That is for one complete oscillation. Okay, so one complete oscillation equal to 1.6 second, and we have to find out for 15 complete oscillations. So for 15 oscillations, it will be 15 into 1.6, that is equal to 24 seconds. Okay, so here correct answer is option B. Coming to the next question, a card with the word measurement written on it is placed in front of a plane mirror as shown in the figure. The image of the word measurement seen in the mirror is, 4 options are given. We have to find out the correct option. So, in the card, it is written measurement and it is placed in front of a plane mirror. Okay, so here measurement is written, here plane mirror is there. Okay, so what will it happen? First here it is T, then it will be this N, then E. Okay, so likewise we can write how it will be seen in the mirror. Okay, so if you go on writing, finally it will come as option B. Got it? Coming to the next question, read the given statements and select the correct option. Statement 1, the displacement of a body may be 0, though distance can be finite. Statement 2, if a body moves such that finally it arrives at an initial point, then displacement is 0 while distance is finite. Options are A, both statement 1 and 2 are true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. B, both statements 1 and 2 are true, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of the statement 1. Then option C, statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. Option D, statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. So whatever statements are given here, the displacement of a body may be 0, though distance can be finite, and it is given that if a body moves such that finally it arrives at an initial point, displacement is 0 while the distance is finite. So here both the statements are correct. We know when we are moving through a distance, so whatever distance we are moving, that is the distance. But if we are starting from a point, okay, let's say we are starting from a point A and finally we are reaching to the point A, then the total displacement, it will be 0. Okay, yes, but the distance, that is finite. So the total distance, if I name it as BC, so here displacement is 0, but what will be the distance? We can find out the distance. How? It will be AB plus BC plus CA. Okay, so it is finite. So here option A is correct. Both statements 1 and 2 are true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Got it? Coming to the next question, a light steel bar and a light iron bar are attracted to a magnet for a long time as shown in the figure. What will possibly happen when the magnet is removed? Option A, the steel and iron bars repel each other. B, both steel and iron bars lose their magnetism. C, steel bar retain its magnetism and iron bar loses its magnetism. D, iron bar retain its magnetism and steel bar loses its magnetism. Okay, so here in the question it is given light steel bar and light iron bar are attracted to a magnet for a long time. Okay, so what will possibly happen when the magnet is removed? So when this magnet is removed, what will happen to this iron and steel bar? Okay, so steel, we use steel as permanent magnet. Okay, So if it is connected with a magnet for a long time, then it can act as a permanent magnet. So steel bar, it will retain its magnetism, but iron is not used as a permanent magnet. Okay, so as soon as this magnet will be removed, it will lose its magnetism. So correct answer is option C. Steel bar retains its magnetism and iron bar loses its magnetism. Coming to the next next question. Match the column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option. So column 1, bicycle moving on a straight road, pendulum of a clock, motion of the earth, apple falling from a tree, car moving on a curved road. And in column 2, rotational motion, circular motion, periodic motion, curvilinear motion and rectilinear motion. Okay, so here we will try to match column 1 and 2. So the first one is bicycle moving on a straight road. So bicycle moving on a straight road, it is a rectilinear motion. So I can write here E. Then pendulum of a clock. So pendulum of a clock, that is the periodic motion. Okay, so I am writing here. See. Then motion of the earth. So motion of the earth, it is a rotational motion. Of course, also it is a circular motion and also it is a periodic motion. So B3 we can write here. Where to write? Okay, I am writing here A, B, C. Next bit 4, that is the apple falling from a tree. Apple falling from a tree, that is the rectilinear motion. Bit 5, car moving on a curved road. Car moving on a curved road, that is the curvilinear motion. So it will be 1E, 2C, 3ABC, 4E, 5D. So correct answer is option D. Coming to the next question. A bar magnet is dipped in iron fillings and taken out. Which of the following observations is correct? A. The maximum quantity of fillings gets stick to the end of the magnet. B. The maximum quantity of fillings gets stick to the middle. C. The fillings gets uniformly distributed. D. The maximum quantity will be sticked at the north pole only. Okay. So here in the question it is given a bar magnet is dipped in iron filling and taken out. So which of the following observation is correct? Okay. So you know, in the magnet, the maximum, here option A is the correct answer. The maximum quality of the filling gets stick to the ends of the magnet. Okay, why? Because the ends of the magnet, they are more magnetic in nature compared to the middle portion of the magnet. That's why maximum quantity of the iron fillings, it will be get stick to the ends of the magnet. Okay, coming to the next question. In the given circuit diagram, S1, S2 and S3 are switches. Which of the following switch combination is correct for the lamp to glow? Okay, so A, S1 opened, S2 opened, S3 closed. B, S1 closed, S2 closed, S3 opened. C, S1 opened, S2 closed, S3 opened. D, S1 closed, S2 opened, S3 closed. Okay, so S1, S2 and S3 are switches, and which of the following switch combination is correct for the lamp to glow? For the lamp to glow, this should be closed. Okay, this S3 should be closed, and between S1 and S2, okay, between S1 and S2, one should be closed and one should be open. One should be closed and one should be open. So as per the given options, D is the correct answer. If S1 is closed and S2 is open, then here current will flow and the lamp will glow. Okay, so correct answer is option D. And it can be as well as S1 is opened and S2 is closed, but this option is not there. Okay, next, the given diagram shows 4 gears. They have applied a force to make the largest gear L rotates in a clockwise direction as shown. In which direction will gear X, Y and Z rotate? A. Anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise. B. Anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. C. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise. D. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. So the given diagram, it shows 4 gears. So they've applied a force to make the largest gear L rotate in a clockwise direction, and we have to find out in which direction will gear X, Y and Z will rotate. Okay, so largest gear L, it will rotate in a clockwise direction. Okay, so if it is rotating in a clockwise direction, then it will rotate like this, because all of these are connected. Like, so if it is moving like this, so which is here connected, that is moving opposite, the opposite type direction. So Y, X, so L, that is clockwise. Then Z, it will be anti-clockwise. Okay, so as it is anti-clockwise, this will move clockwise. Okay, and if this Y is moving clockwise, then X, it will move anti-clockwise. So here correct answer is option B. X, that is anti-clockwise, Y clockwise and Z anti-clockwise. Got it everyone? Coming to the next question. Two identical metal balls A and B moving in opposite directions with different speeds hit each other at point O as shown in the figure. Changes are most likely to appear in their option A, shapes and speed, B, speed and direction, C, direction and volume, D, volume and shape. So, two identical metal balls A and B are moving in opposite direction with different speed hit each other. Okay. Yes. Then what changes are most likely to appear? So if A and B are moving in opposite direction with different speed and they are hitting, then definitely their directions are different, so their direction will be affected, and their speeds are, if they are colliding, then their speed will also affect. So option B is the correct answer, that is speeds and direction. Coming to the next question. In ancient time, people used different unit of measurement of length and distance. Some of them are P cubit, Q footstep, R handspan, S arm length. So the correct arrangement in the term of their increasing length is option A, RQPS, B, RPQS, C, RPSQ, D, RSPQ. Okay, so here the correct answer is option A, RQPS. Coming to the next question. During the science activity, MS Rakhi conducted the following experiments. Experiment 1. 10 gram of rock crystals of common salt were dissolved in 50 ml of water at 30 degrees Celsius. Experiment 2. 30 gram of finely powdered common salt was dissolved in 50 ml of water at 60 degrees Celsius. Experiment 3. 10 gram of rock crystals of common salt were dissolved in 100 ml of water at 30 degrees Celsius. Experiment 4. 10 gram of finely powdered common salt was dissolved in 100 ml of water at 60 degrees Celsius. In which experiment common salt took the shortest time to dissolve? Options are A, experiment 1, B, experiment 2, C, experiment 3, D, experiment 4. Okay. So during the science activity, these are the 4 experiments conducted. Okay. So we have to find out in which experiment common salt took the shortest time to dissolve. That means in which of the following the common salt will dissolve quickly. Okay. So for this thing, temperature should be high. If temperature is high, then it will dissolve quickly. So 30 degrees, 60 degree, 30 degrees, 60 degree. We can eliminate the 30 degrees Celsius. So answer will be between these experiment 2 and 4. Okay. In experiment 2, 30 gram of salt is dissolved in 50 ml of water, and in experiment 4, 10 gram of salt is dissolved in 100 ml of water. So in experiment 2, comparatively more salt is dissolved in comparatively less amount of water, and in experiment 4, comparatively less amount of salt is dissolved in comparatively more amount of water. So you can imagine which will be easier. Of course, less amount of salt in more amount of water. Okay, less amount of salt in more amount of water, it will dissolve quickly, and also the temperature it has. Okay, so here experiment 4 should be the answer. So correct answer is option D, that is experiment 4. Got it? Coming to the next question, identify W, X, Y and Z. W, an edible liquid miscible in water. X, a non-edible inflammable liquid that floats on water. Y, an edible color liquid that does not flow easily. Z, a colorless non-inflammable liquid. Options are A, lemonade, coconut oil, milk, petrol. B, vinegar, kerosene, honey, water. C, coconut oil, kerosene, honey, milk. D, sunflower oil, mustard oil, milk, kerosene. So we have to identify W, X, Y and Z. Okay. So here as per the given options, option B is the correct answer. So vinegar, that is W, edible liquid miscible in water. Kerosene, that is X, non-edible inflammable liquid that floats on water. Honey, Y, edible color liquid that does not flow easily. Yes. Then water, Z, a colorless non-inflammable liquid. That's why the correct answer is option B. Got it, everyone? Coming to the next question. So we classified some changes around us as shown in the table. The change are withering of rocks, germination of seeds, stretching of rubber band, dissolving salt in water, cooking of rice, rotation of a fan, and type of change are this: physical reversible, physical irreversible, physical reversible, chemical reversible, chemical irreversible, physical irreversible. Which of these changes are correctly classified? Options are A, 1 and 3 only, B, 3 and 5 only, then C, 4 and 5 only, D, none of these. Okay, so we have to find out which of the following changes are correctly classified. So let us check the changes. Withering of rocks, that is physical and reversible. No, it is not correct. Okay, then germination of seeds, physical and irreversible, this is also not correct. Stretching of rubber, that is physical and reversible, it is correct. Then cooking of rice, chemical and dissolving salt in water, chemical and reversible, it is not correct. Cooking of rice, chemical and irreversible, it is correct. Rotation of a fan, physical and irreversible, it is also not correct. So 3 and 5 are correct. Okay, so correct answer is option B. Coming to the next question, study the given Venn diagram carefully and identify 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here options are given. Okay, in the Venn diagram, desirable change, non-periodic change, slow change, undesirable changes are there. And in the options, A, curdling of milk, ripening of fruit, high and low tides, bursting of crackers. B, melting of ice, cutting of trees, inflation of tires, bursting of balloon. C, preservation of food items, change of seasons, eruption of volcanoes, rusting of iron. D, rising and setting of sun, burning of cooking gas, earthquake, burning of paper. So as per the given options, option C is the correct answer. How? The preservation of food item. Okay, so preservation of food item, that is bit 1. So it is a desirable change and it is non-periodic change. That's why it is there. And bit 2, change of season is a desirable change and it is a slow change. Then eruption of volcanoes, it is a non-periodic change and undesirable change. Bit 4, that is the rusting of iron, it is a slow change and it is also undesirable change. So you must be knowing about the changes. Desirable change, that we desire undesirable change that we do not desire because it may cause harm to us. Okay, and periodic changes, they are occurring in a regular interval of time, and non-periodic changes, they are not occurring in a regular interval of time. Got it? So option C is the correct answer. Coming to the next question, the given flowchart was prepared by Nilima for sorting materials into different groups. She handed over the chart to her teacher with few blanks. Fill in the blanks by choosing an appropriate option. Metal ball, pencil, salt, honey, kerosene oil, butter. And edible, non-edible. Edible, soluble in water. Then solid and liquid, insoluble in water are floats on water, solid S, liquid T, sinks in water U. Okay, so here first one, that is for P. Okay, soluble in water, solid. So soluble in water and solid, that is, we can say that it is the salt. So salt that is soluble in water, and also it is solid. So P is the salt here. Next, soluble in water and liquid. So it is the honey. Honey is soluble in water and it is the liquid. Then insoluble in water, salt, honey. Then insoluble in water but edible, that is butter. In floats in water but solid, it is a non-edible. Okay, pencil, floats in water, floats on water, and but it is liquid, so it may be the kerosene oil. Okay, then non-edible, sinks in water, so it can be the metal ball. So correct answer is option B. Got it? Coming to the next question, which of the following statement is or are incorrect? 1. Decantation can separate a liquid from an insoluble solid after sedimentation. 2. A mixture of milk and water can be separated by using separating funnel. 3. In hot water, there is no limit to the amount of sugar that will dissolve in it. 4. When detergent is added to oil water mixture, it can be separated easily. Options are A. 1 only, B. 2 and 4 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 2, 3 and 4 only. Okay. So we have to find out the incorrect statements. So the first one, decantation can separate a liquid from an insoluble solid after sedimentation. This one is correct. Mixture of milk and water can be separated by using separating funnel. No, we cannot. Separating funnel we use to separate insoluble liquids, but milk and water are miscible. In hot water, there is no limit to the amount of sugar that will dissolve in it. It is wrong, because when the water is hot, more amount of sugar can be dissolved, but there is a limit. Okay, we cannot dissolve as much sugar we want. Okay, then when detergent is added to the oil water mixture, it can be separated easily. So it cannot be separated easily. So which of the statements are incorrect? That is 2, 3 and 4. That is option D. Got it? Coming to the next question. Riya was observing her mother cooking a dinner, okay, in the kitchen. She tried to identify materials being used in their nature, and their nature. So here the given table represents her observations. That is 1. Material W, identification plastic, good conductor of heat. 2. X, aluminium, good conductor of heat. 3. Y, rice, edible. Okay. 4. Z, CNG, inflammable. Which of our conclusions are incorrect? A. 1, 3 and 4 only. B. 2 and 4 only. C. 1 and 4 only. D. None of these. So here we have to find out according to the means we have to identify the materials and their nature. So W, plastic, good conductor of heat, it is wrong, because plastic is bad conductor of heat. Then aluminium, good conductor of heat. This is yes, this one X, aluminum good conductor of heat. This is correct. Y, rice edible. Yes, this one is correct. Z, because what is Y? That is material being cooked. Z, CNG inflammable. What is Z? That is the source of heat. This one is incorrect because we do not use CNG for cooking purpose. We use LPG for cooking purpose. Okay. So which are incorrect? That is 1 and 4 are incorrect. So correct answer is option C. Got it everyone? So this much for today's session. Let's meet you in the next session. Okay. In the next session, we are going to discuss some more questions of this level 2 previous year SOF and NSO questions. Okay. So till then, read mindfully, practice all the questions properly. Meet you soon. Bye bye everyone.